This live martial arts class, we're talking bow staff training at home. This is episode number 2. I want you to warm up. Start with the staff in your hand. You just have your hand in the middle of the staff where the balance point is. You're gonna go back and forth, side to side, just to warm up the wrist, get the blood flowing, keep the joint safe from injury during this workout. But you're also gonna build speed, strength, power in your strikes, in your blocking moves, your ability to defend yourself with your bow or your other martial arts long staff. Maybe you use the Korean jangbong, or you do silambam, one of the Indian styles of long martial arts stick. Doesn't really matter. You need to keep your wrists as strong as you can and always properly warm up, properly prepared. I'm gonna do this motion 30 seconds on this hand, and then you're gonna put your staff into the other hand. That's just pinky to pinky, palms up. Hello, it's good to see you. Just side to side, back and forth. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast means take your time. And as you warm up, this is a heavier staff I'm using today. As you warm up, you're gonna feel, as you go faster, that the staff is gonna pull your wrist back and down, increasing the range of motion. This is gonna give you better flexibility and mobility. This basic warm-up move. After 30 seconds on this hand, now you're gonna go from one hand out and to the other hand out. You're just going hand to hand, going out to the side each time. Back and forth. And this is now even gonna turn your hand around even more. This is 62 inches, or 72 inches, sorry, six foot long, or 6 feet long, 72 inches. And this one is red oak. And it's also 1.25 inches in diameter, which means that's bigger around than most staffs that I use. So it's a big chunky staff, and I use it these days really to build power. And I want to challenge my shoulders. I'm going to show you how to do that in this second episode using the staff. And you don't have to have the same heavy staff that I have. Any staff will do. A broomstick will work. So you go side to side, 30 seconds there, and now I want you to stay with these warm-up moves. You're gonna take this one to the skull. All right, get your skull work done. That's first priority. Side to side. Now this is the exact same motion that you warmed up in when you were here, but because you're bringing it to the side, you're now shifting all the work to the back and the top of the shoulder, which means you're gonna get stronger now in a new range of motion. And when you learn how to defend yourself with any martial arts weapon, but especially with the bow or the long martial arts stick, yes, it would. Yeah, whatever you have is the right way to start. Start with what you have, don't wait to start. But by holding it out here to the side, you're now doing more work here. You're building stronger muscle, healthier joint. You're stabilizing that joint. You want 30 seconds. Same thing in the other hand, just out to the side, just down and back. You're also going to increase your range of motion, and you're going to get better at spinning. If you like spinning the staff for fun, or if you understand the spinning as a way of cross-training or conditioning your body so that you can defend yourself better, whatever reason you spin, you're going to be able to do more kinds of spinning, especially if you do like bow flow arts or freestyle flow, freestyle bow staff. You're gonna get really, really good when you start to strengthen out here, especially when you start to go behind your back and whip it up over your head, behind your back. All those moves behind your back, over your head, get better when you do this warm up and you start to challenge yourself and make that muscle grow. You're gonna make the muscle grow. All right, so you did that on both sides. Now I want you to go back to this hand pass or the transfer, and I'm gonna lift this up just a little bit. Yeah, a ruler will work, right? Just to get the motion down, and then you get outside or you find a place to do it inside and you work with your staff. But don't wait to start, that's my point. PVC pipe. Someone said they had a piece of a Swiffer. That works. Whatever you've got is the right thing to use. Now, this is the same thing I did here, but I have you doing it over your head in this workout, number 2. How to bow staff train at home. And it's for the same reason again. Now you're gonna feel that really shifts all the work to the back of the shoulder And so again, you're getting more stability, stronger here above your head, for when you start to do that around the body and up over the head. Someone said to me recently, yeah, I'm gonna show you how to do that spin today. That they're better at doing some spins they learned somewhere else because of these warm-ups. And that's the whole reason for these warm-ups, is so that you get better at doing the basics. You get stronger. I call them skill accelerators. They accelerate your achievement or your ability to pick up a skill because you're strengthening the muscle in a way, and you're training the neural pathways in the brain to understand it. Now this is the basic spin right here. And this is going to improve flexibility in your hand. And what I'm doing, if you take your thumb and carve a sideways figure eight. So you're going forward, the thumb comes around, and that's the figure eight, or the infinity symbol. If you think about the infinity symbol, that's what the symbol looks like. Infinity means endless. So we also call this the endless spin. And so that's all I'm doing. I'm doing it very slowly so you can see. This is called a forward figure eight. Now, the reverse figure eight, you're gonna learn right after that. But right now, make sure that you're going forward. Sometimes your brain tricks you and you think you're doing this, but you're really going in the opposite direction. So lead with that thumb. And if you want to think of it in a new way or a different way, a circle here, there's the circle, and then a circle out here. So it's a circle inside and a circle outside. Once you get it, pull your stomach up and in. That'll help you go faster. Get this hand up, guard your head always. Put one foot in front of the other one. This is my right hand, so my right foot's in front. And then speed it up a little bit. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, means take your time. 30 seconds here. Go into the left hand, and the way you're going to take it for most of these, pinky to pinky, palms up. Left foot steps forward. Slow it first. You're just going to recreate that sideways figure eight. Infinity spin, slowly, circle here, circle there. Gradually start to squeeze, pull the stomach up and in, shoulders back and down, bring your chin back, breathe through your nose. Proper technique is important. Pay attention to all your details and you'll get better faster. Speed that up when you're ready. 30 seconds on this side, we're still warming up. Now, just like we did with the first sets of exercises, we're also gonna go into this different plane. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do my figure eight spin here. And so now it's coming to the front of the body and the back. Let me show you from the side. So from here, trying not to hit the bags. I'm turning it in and I'm turning it out. So I'm still carving my sideways figure eight here and here. So now the work gets shifted to the top and the back of the shoulder, the anterior, or wait, posterior. Anterior is the front. The posterior deltoid, getting stuck up on that one today. The back of the shoulder muscle, and then the medial, or the middle head of that shoulder. So there are three parts of your shoulder. You have the front part, the middle, the muscle that goes there, and then back here. And you want to be able to fight in all those ranges of motion. And in this case, fight with the staff. You have to have strength there. Put it in the other hand, same thing, to the front and the back. And again, this isn't just to make your shoulders strong so you don't have injuries, but this is also going to allow you to do these motions a lot faster, a lot smoother, a lot better, without smacking your head, without hitting your leg. And it's about building capacity, strength, endurance, flexibility, mobility, all come from these motions here. So you're going to the front and the back, stomach up and in, abs tight. After 30 seconds here, you're going to go into your butterfly spin. And we've been working on this for the last 5 or 6 workouts. You're going to start with your palm up. You're going to turn it all the way around. Now, this is my left hand. It doesn't matter if you start right or left, but if you're in the left hand, it's going to look like this. The right hand is going to be above the left, and it's going to slide down, pinky to thumb. So the pinky on the top, the thumb on top hand touches the pinky and the bottom one, and it takes it. And see how the hands they're fully facing each other or away from each other. And then I'm gonna turn and pull the bottom hand out, turning all the way until it can't turn any longer. And then I turn the bottom hand up. Now, the thumbs slide together, and that's what gives you the head of the butterfly, and there are the wings, right? That's what we call this a butterfly spin. Now, once this left hand slides in and takes it, the right hand pulls back out of the way, whack the camera, and then it turns. See, this one stays in place, pulls out of the way again, pulls out, and that's really the key. I find that when you get stuck on this butterfly spin, it's because when you're spinning, your hand's getting in the way, either the top hand or the bottom hand. And then you just simply, hold on, I'm gonna move the camera. You knock it out of your hand and you get frustrated. I'm sure I did the same thing. This is how you fix it. So you start here, really slow down, start in this position, pull this hand, be intentional, it means do it on purpose. Turn this hand up, get this hand out of the way. So whichever hand has it, the other one wants to pull back or needs to get out of the way. Get this one back, get that one back. And you don't have to make those big motions. That's just me trying to show you for effect. Now do this for about 30 seconds. Bring it to a stop and leave the hands where they are, but just change directions. So you were going this way, spinning clockwise, and now you're gonna spin counterclockwise. And watch what happens. This hand pulls out of the way. The bottom one now turns up, and the thumb one, or the top one, the top thumb slides in. Hello, John, it's good to see you. We're just breaking this down a little bit more in this second workout. You're still struggling a little with this butterfly spin and thinking about how to get you there a little faster without having to spend too much time on it. But that's all that is. And then you can just reverse it and do the same thing on the other hand, but it doesn't really matter. Just do one side, both sides. All right, I'm gonna lift the camera just a little. I want you to get a different perspective because I want to talk about defending yourself with your bow, right? Why have a martial arts weapon if you can't use it for self-defense? And I know that seems super simple and like too uncomplicated, but the reality is I see a lot of people who know how to do a lot of really cool things with all kinds of weapons, whether it's this or the nunchucks, the danfa even, but they don't know how to fight with it. And I want you to know how to defend yourself for self-defense. Street fight self-defense, this is one of the best weapons, right? And here's why. I simply point my thumb at the threat. I'm gonna call that bag the threat from here to here, and you can see how much distance you pick up. So you are going to create a massive amount of distance, especially if that person has a knife or something that they want to hit you with. I'm fantastic today. I'm glad to see you're here too. Hope you're doing well, but you just pointed, right? So the first idea is, the first principle of self-defense with the bow, with your martial arts long staff, is creating this distance, making them have to come around your stick in order to hit your body, especially if they've got that knife. So from here, I just strike. This first motion is this spearing motion, or the Japanese call it the suki or ski, depending on if you pronounce it fast together or not. But from here, you point your thumb, point the thumb at the threat, and by pointing the thumb at the threat, again, this will be the threat. He's coming in too fast. By pointing your thumb, you're just pushing it into your backhand. So that's the first thing I want you to practice after those basic warm-ups. Practice this, and then practice thrusting. Thrusting. Make sure when you thrust, you're not leading with your chin, you're leading with your staff. From here, staff, and then there's a little shift. You can shift your weight into it. You can even take a step with that front foot to create more distance, more speed, more momentum as you come in, and you're gonna feel whether you're hitting something or not, you have a lot of strength, a lot of power with this motion. And again, between here and there, you've got all that distance. And you wanna go right into the best target that's available. So you ask yourself, what are my targets? You're gonna hit them in the eyes, you're gonna hit them in the nose, the mouth for self-defense, through the throat, take away their ability to breathe, solar plexus, here in the groin, put them on the ground. Maybe it's lower, you just go right into their face. Maybe it's that vicious animal. It doesn't matter what it is. You just push, and you're gonna practice that. So your warm up step with his left hand. You can go right or left first, doesn't matter. But I'm left-handed, I always do left first. So I have the staff between me and the thread, right? The stick doesn't bleed. The knife comes in, tries to slash, tries to stab, runs into this wood, it's not gonna bleed. It's better than my body. From here, I aim, push. And it's real simple, right? You don't have to be, it's not a precision tool, it's not a precision weapon. You don't have to be, yeah, no comment. From here, that's why God invented Amazon, right? Do it all online. From here, push, and then striking straight down is gonna be your second strike for self-defense. So number one, put it between you and the threat, thrust, and then coming down in that angular strike. This angular, oh good, glad you like them. I'm almost sold out of all of them. I've got a new website too. I'm gonna put that link in the next one. We're gonna do cane after this video. But I have a bunch of new canes in different levels. T came in, he got some really cool canes the other day. It's good to meet him too. I'm always excited when I get to meet you guys in person. But think of breaking the clavicle, hitting him in the temple, breaking the jaw. Maybe they are coming in, trying to stab with that knife. Smash the hand. You don't even have to hit if they're coming in fast, smash them in the head. And the basic rule of thumb is that as soon as you see that knife come out, you're immediately going to respond to that knife by either thrusting through their face, smashing through the head for self-defense, or in this case, I'm gonna shift and I'm gonna punch through with the back hand. So this is now your third strike. So from here, you have thrust, angle down, and then bring it across. Now, did you see what I did? See how much longer that side is now? I just let it slide through my hands. And this is a really important point of the spinning. All these spinning motions, all the things that you're learning how to do that might be more interesting than just blocking and striking, and that's why you like to do it. All of the spinning is conditioning your body and conditioning your hands. Your hands are picking up proprioception, picking up spatial awareness, and they're moving along that staff, and they're figuring out how to move and where to go so that you're in the right position, either here or here or whatever. And that's coming from, plus the calluses that come with it, that's all coming from the spin. So when I say you're gonna create distance, thrust, angular strike, but then watch what I'm doing. As I'm coming forward, I'm sliding this hand back and pushing and accelerating that strike by both pushing and turning at the same time. You push and you turn, and then the last part of it is that I've created this distance, and this big piece of oak is flying through the air at some amazing amount of speed. I don't know what the speed is. I'm sure someone's measured it. But it's coming hundreds of feet per second and smashing right across their body, face, temple, jaw, neck, arm, shoulder, knife hand, whatever. So from here, you practice shift, thrust, angle, backhand, almost like a backhand punch, like a reverse punch, right? Or cross in boxing. From here, 1, 2. See what I did? I just pulled, got myself a bit of length, and then made this a pivot point so it doesn't move anymore except for to turn. And then I just bring that, try not to break the camera again, bring that through. Full speed, full power. And from there, you have that rifle butt strike, right? You bring it here, down on top. So it's unlimited, the amount of usefulness that this has for self-defense. So here's your practice for striking. And we're gonna go back to a couple spins in this workout. Number 2, how to bow staff train at home. Maybe you're getting quarantined or you're shut down again and you need some things to do at the house to keep your body and your mind healthy. This is a great tool to use. So plus you're learning practical self-defense for whatever might come next. From here, push, angle, backhand thrust. See, I did that, I moved again, and I'm accelerating this just straight down on top. So those are the basic strikes I want you to work on today. And then put it in the other hand. Point your thumb at the threat, thrust, angle strike, backhand punch, over the top. You can even bring this up under the chin. That's one of my favorite strikes because it comes out of nowhere. Up from the bottom, and that smashes their chin back. So to practice this effectively, you want to start with, this is my right hand, right foot forward, aim, push, and now here's something else you can do with this thrusting motion. Notice that I'm turning my hands over, so always practice locking it. But you can also increase your distance, increase the speed and the power of the strike. So you're doing almost two strikes at once. You're doing the thrusting motion, and this is, think of like a pool cue, right? And I know your hand might be different depending on how you play pool, but that basic idea of sliding and locking at the end with those hands. So doing those two things at once. But again, if this is the threat, and let's say they do have a knife and it comes out of nowhere, but as soon as you see it, there's nothing else to think about. It's life or death. You're gonna strike as hard, as fast, as many times as possible until that threat is just completely destroyed. The person, the knife, they're on the ground, you're out of there, the cops come scoop them up, whatever. But they take out that knife. If they get close enough, doesn't matter, even if you defeat them at the end, you bleed out for self-defense. I mean, this is horrible stuff, right? So from here, you see that, and then maybe you don't want to thrust and keep the fight in here. Maybe your instinct is to move back. And as you're moving back, there's that thrust where you slide it through that hand. And then from here, there's the angle strike. That works. And from here, I'm still hitting them. I see the beauty of the long martial arts stick. I mean, you know, whether it's a Silum bomb style, which we'll go over at some point, or if you do, and you're not going to spin in the Kobudo styles, right? You say, well, I do Kobudo. I'm a purist. I do Okinawan martial arts, Japanese martial arts. We don't spin. I get it. That's fine. I spin because it develops spatial awareness. I know where the staff is all the time. I spin because I want my fingers and my hands to be strong. And when I do go for that strike in self-defense, and I'm not saying don't do the others, I'm not saying don't practice just striking. Practice just striking, and maybe on another practice spinning, and then go back to striking. And it's all right, as long as you keep an open mind. Don't get that closed mind, that'll kill you. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then switch your feet. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And make those 4 strike combination your practice for this workout. So workout number 2 in this series, how to bow staff train at home. One last time, point the thumb, pops it in the backhand, point the thumb, thrust, angle down, horizontal across, vertical down. One more time. Thrust, angle, or diagonal, however you want to say it. Angle, diagonal, horizontal, vertical. 4 basic strikes. And then we're going to go back to spinning, and I want you to do what's called a wrist roll. And now this is where we warmed up, here, from side to side. Once it gets here, you're going to open the hand, and it's just going to roll gently. It's going to be so easy to do that. And that's a joke because it's not easy. Not at the beginning, but after a while, you'll be shocked. And it's not that it became easier, you just become that much better. And this is really about slowing down and fighting the need to resist. Because when it gets to be about here, your brain's going to say, flip your hand over. And when you do that, see if we can do it. It usually is going to throw the staff, or you flip your hand over, and then it pops out of there, and you get frustrated. So fight. This is where you get out of your comfort zone. This is where you grow. You only grow in the comfort zone. You only grow outside of the comfort zone. You don't grow in the comfort zone. So you must get out of the comfort zone. Slow it down. Force yourself to go here. Yeah, the ruler is so light it's probably, it's pointing too on the end, right? It's probably sticking into the wall or maybe the ceiling if you're at work. So you open, or school, open and just turn. And you're going in 2 directions. You're going over the thumb side, the back of the hand, and then over the pinky side in the back of the hand. This is really important. This is really important for mobility and health of the joints too. And we're gonna do at the very end, I'm gonna show you how to keep your hands, your fingers mostly pain-free. And I say mostly because I've got a lot of pain in this hand right now. But again, it didn't come from this, it came from the Rubik's Cube. I've been trying to beat my speed on solving the speed Rubik's Cube. And I'm nowhere near the 5-6 second, but I'm getting like closer to 30 seconds, right? And so I just mindlessly do the thing, the thumb triggers and the fingers. If you guys know what the Rubik's, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, just tune that out. It's good cross training though. You wanna get really strong here and here. Grab yourself a jump rope, a bow staff, and a Rubik's Cube. That's all you really need in quarantine lockdown, COVID 2020. Until they come out with COVID 21. I read something about that and I almost cried. Hello, it's good to see you. That there's something in the pipeline behind this one. Open the hand and go back. That's probably all. Just one side and the other side, hand to hand. And that's where I want you to finish today. I'm gonna be back in a little bit. I'm gonna show you all of this, how to get these hands stronger.